Traveling to consciousness, exploring spiritual journeys to find answers in uncertainty.
What is up, conscious monkeys? Welcome to another episode of Catch Up. Oh, wait, no. This is a Traveling to Consciousness episode. Welcome to another episode of Traveling to Consciousness. As always, I'm your host, Clayton. And as you can tell by the title, we have another solo episode coming to you. And this one is not going to be very long. I have been doing my best, my honest best, to get people on the podcast. There were 2 people signed up to bring them on, who I'm trying to bring on, and they want to come on. The problem that we had is both of their laptops just unexpectedly quit on them. One was like a brand new laptop. The other person had their laptop for a while. We have no idea what happened. But what I am assuming and what I am honoring is that this is the universe telling me to just take a break. Take a second to yourself. Be okay that you don't have a guest every single week, because that's something I want to do. It's something I want to do. I want to give it to you guys. I want to find the most interesting people that I possibly can and bring them onto the show. And hopefully you guys would agree that I've done that for the first 43 episodes. And so what I am assuming is that this is the pivot point. I think that this is the point where the universe is wondering if I'm going to give up on this, if I'm going to stop putting out stuff because guests are, their laptops are miraculously dying on them after even having them for just a couple months. And what's even more amazing about this is the people that I have lined up to come on this show. Some of them are very well known. Some of them aren't well known at all, but the stories that they have are going to be so incredible that I cannot wait to interview them. I cannot wait to share them. And so what I am embracing is rest. And I guess it's something I need to carry over to this week. I'm recording right now from Pisac, Peru, which is like 2 miles above sea level, which is high. And so hydration has been something I've been focusing on this week. I was tired as shit because I lost my flight. I slept in over my flight, a whole bunch of stuff. And so rest and recovery seems to be the theme of these past 2 weeks. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Is you guys are listening to this on Monday. I forget what time it would be. Monday, July something. Doesn't matter. You know what day it is. I don't. And what this means is I actually have completed, at this point, my second ayahuasca ceremony. And the quote-unquote final one for my trip here in Peru. So that's crazy to think about, even though I'm recording this almost a week in advance. And so rest is going to be important. But again, I've got dope people I'm interviewing. And I honestly think that I might even just do an entire solo episode dedicated purely to my ayahuasca experience. If I'm being honest, I really don't know if that's something that I will or won't do because I haven't experienced it yet. It is something that I do want to share with you guys because I know the interest level that people have around this, especially the point that I'm at in my journey, in my life journey. I believe it's going to be something special. So we'll see. I'm going to listen to the medicine at the end of the day. If it tells me that I shouldn't share it for whatever reason, I will honor that. But I really don't believe that's going to be the case at all because it knows that I'm doing a podcast and I want to, it's weird. I want to give you guys my life experience to the best I can for so many reasons. One of the top ones being is that hopefully it helps somebody. Hopefully one person learns something from each and every episode I do. That's the intention I set with it. So if you're listening to this, that's what's meant for you. And maybe this is like a vetting stage because like for me, there's a feeling that people might not listen if I go too many weeks without bringing on a dope guest, which maybe that's a limiting belief of mine that I need to work through. But it's interesting too, because I know that you guys are coming here to listen to me interviewing certain people because they're not the most well-known people. And so, yeah, I guess that's maybe a part of it. I'm not really sure, but I just want to put that out there. Let you guys know I'm still thinking about you all. I am doing the best that I can to get a guest on, but this comes back to like the whole rest concept. Don't force it. Don't force the fact that you have to do something, air quotes, in order to get it done. There's probably a different lesson that's trying to be taught to you. And mine is just rest, patience, trust in the universe that this is for my best self and for all of your best selves. Because and that's crazy thing about the intentions I set. Whenever I set intentions, whether it's for Akashic readings, whether it's for myself, I am always doing it from a place of for my highest self and for everybody's highest self who I come in contact with. So I want you to know that. I want you to know that anytime you hear me talking, anytime you hear a podcast, a TikTok video, I do an Akashic record reading for you, which sign up, link in the bio, link down below if you want to get it read. I've actually physically healed people before, which is crazy to me. That was insane. But I just want to be honest with you guys that if you listen to this, that is my highest intention, is to raise my frequency and raise all the people that I'm connected to. And getting triggered is a part of that process. So if I do say stuff that triggers you, that's a part of the raising consciousness process, which people do not appreciate. People want to live in this glass bubble of never being hurt. And that's not what we're doing here on Earth. That is not what Earth School is for. You are meant to get triggered. You are meant to heal those triggers. And that is how you evolve into your highest self. So I didn't expect for this to get that deep, but that's the case. So even if I say stuff that triggers you, know that I am not doing it to trigger you. I am doing it because I believe in it to be my truth. And if my truth triggers you, that means that there's something for you to look for within yourself. Wow. And quite frankly, that goes for any type of trigger that you may experience. Anyone who may trigger you in the past, present, or future, keep that in mind, because I think it is a super powerful lesson to learn that it is not the other person. It is you. It is your reaction to it. And that's the way this whole world's set up, is that it is up to you. The only reason that things occur is because you experience them. It goes back to the whole adage of if a tree falls in the woods and no one hears it, doesn't make a sound. The answer, this is actually a scientifically proven answer now. The answer is no, it does not make a sound. Because in order for it to make a sound, it needs someone to be present to observe it. And I know that's a weird thing to kind of wrap your mind around, but it kind of goes, and this is even still weird for me. It's like if nobody looks at the moon, if everyone was to just agree that the moon didn't exist, it would no longer exist in human consciousness. So that's something to chew on. I'll just leave it at that. With that being said, I do love you all. I hope you all have an amazing week. I am doing my best to get dope people on the podcast. If you know somebody who is super dope, send me their name. Just email me. Shoot me an email at support@travelingtoconsciousness.com. Be like, hey, you got to connect with this person. And then also send them an email, because I think that's a great way to do it too. Just send them an email. Be like, hey, I recommended you to this podcast. I think you guys would co-create a dope podcast. So please do it. I swear, if everyone did that, it'd be super fucking cool, because then these people are like, maybe I should check out this podcast. Maybe I should do it, as opposed to just me reaching out, because, it adds some more oomph to it if it comes from you first. Something to think about, something to consider, because I do get a lot of people who suggest to me like, hey, you should talk to this person or that person. And, that would be the way to go about it, would be to, I guess you could basically CC both of us on the same email if you wanted to. I don't know. I feel like I'm making this more about myself, but it's not about myself, because you guys want dope guests. I want to bring you dope guests. So it's honestly a mutually beneficial arrangement for you guys to say, hey, I know this super dope person in the spirituality, consciousness, quantum physics communities. And if they had to sit down and talk with Clayton, that would be super dope. So something to think about. So as if I have not given you enough to think about whenever we're supposed to be resting, I apologize, because we are resting. We're supposed to be resting. I love you all. Thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. And again, there are some such dope conversations coming up within the next month that it's going to be mind blowing. Like it's, Stay tuned in. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, subscribe on your favorite platform, share with someone. If someone needs to hear the idea of rest, send them my previous one, send them this one, get them involved, and let's keep raising our consciousness. And with that being said, conscious monkeys, I will see each and every one of you in the 6th dimension.